Hey guys, so I know that I look crazy right now, but I just wanted to share with my followers and all my friends that are watching. So I've been holding it inside, praying for everything to go through, and I finally got the acceptance letter because me and my husband decided that we're going to Bible college. Exciting, I know. But I want to share with you guys why we made the decision. So, one day, first and foremost, my pastors went to this college, the church that I go to, and they're great leaders, they're great role models. I love listening to their testimonies. They're just overall great. I love going to their church. You really feel the presence of God. So they had the president of the school come as a guest preacher on a Sunday. And he was like, when he got on the stage, he introduced himself or whatever. Then he was like, okay, roll the clip. It was like a clip of the college. And as I'm sitting there in my seat watching the clip, I hear this voice saying, go. And I'm like, God? What? I'm like, no, it can't be God. So I'm still watching the clip and I hear, pack your bags and go. And I'm like, a billion questions run through my mind. And I'm like, no. I was like, God, I just bought a house. Like, what do you mean? Like, I literally just bought a house. I worked my behind off to buy this house. Like, what do you mean just go? What am I supposed to do with my house, God? So when service was done and he got done preaching, my husband was on the camera that night and I touched him and he grabbed my hand and he said, hey, I really want you to pray about it, but I feel like God wants us to go there. And I was like, oh my goodness. I was like, well, that's confirmation. That's the confirmation I needed is from my husband. So I was like, all right, God, I'll go with it. But I have a billion and one questions because how many of us question God sometimes when things just sound crazy? So my first question, what am I going to do with the house I just bought? Like, am I supposed to sell it or something? And I remember I heard God saying, yes, sell it. So later on that day, I was at work and I was listening to praise and worship music and I'm singing my heart out to God and all that. And I heard his voice. It was almost like it shook me. Like I immediately got filled with the fear of the Lord because I heard it so clear and it was like so strong. And he was like, sell your house to this person, call them and tell them you want to sell them your house. I promise you they won't say no. They'll be happy to buy the house from you. Now, of course, my little brain had a little bit of doubts and I was like, what if they say no? I was like, what if they don't like it? But you know what? I was like, okay, God, I'll do what you said. So I called them up and I was like, hey, would you be interested in buying my house? I know you're looking for a house to buy. I'm moving. God is calling me to go to Bible college. And immediately they were like, yes, we'll buy your house. Like, of course. And it's crazy because like God has literally had his hand on this move the whole time. Like, all my questions have been answered, all my doubts. Like, I know this is what God wants. And even though it's scary and I'm moving to a whole nother state, this is what God wants. And I'm not going to argue with no one about my decision. And I'm not going to sit here and regret anything that I've done. Because at the end of the day, if God tells you to go, then go. Like, how do you think Moses felt when God was like, leave Egypt and, walk with the slaves? Like, basically, Moses left his throne. Moses could have been right next to Pharaoh's right-hand man, living a luxurious life. But he walked with his slaves because initially he was a slave. Initially, that's the family he was brought into. Doesn't that sound crazy though? Like, who would? That's like giving up everything you have to have nothing. But that's exactly what God wants more of. He wants more Moses in this world because we are getting in the ends of times. And God wants to raise more leaders to lead his people, to spread the truth. And I am just like mind blown that God chose me. That God chose me to be, you know, in his word, not in his word, but to reach out to people through his word, to spread the truth. And it's something that I love. It's something that I enjoy. And I just look forward to our future, and I look forward to what God has next. If you guys want to keep up with us, make sure you follow us on TikTok. Follow my TikTok because I post videos on my TikTok. Follow me on YouTube. Our YouTube is Harry and Damari. That's all you have to type, just to follow us and to follow our journey to going to Bible college. Bye, guys. Love you.